So we talked about all the different places that welds can be performed. So what's the fastest and what's the slowest? Fab shops are always going to be your faster welds. It's a clean, controlled environment where they've got everything set up and it's going to go the fastest. Now, the temptation is to say, well, we're going to do 100% of our welds in the shop. That's not possible. You're going to have to assemble the pieces in the field eventually, kind of like Tinker Toys. Usually about 20, maybe 40-foot section is about the biggest that you're ever going to get out of a fab shop. So you have to assemble that stuff in the field. I would say that percentage-wise, when you're looking at your whole project, you're going to have maybe 40 to 60% of total welds made in your fab shop. I have not seen it possible to do more than that. Your worst scenarios in the field are going to be working at elevation, like off of a man lift, over your head, or working underground in a trench or in a pit underground. Those require position welds. That's where you get into all of needing mirrors and being in awkward positions, trying to complete your welds. Those welds are going to take longer, and the bigger the pipe, the thicker the pipe, the longer those welds are going to take. So what do you do as a project manager to try to manage all of this? Well, the first thing you do is make sure that you're getting as much done in a fab shop as possible. Encourage your owners, your contractors to utilize the fab shop as much as possible. The second thing that you can do is make sure that you are dealing with people that have a really good understanding of welding in the field. So I actually had this happen to me on a job one time where I had a foreman that I didn't realize knew nothing about welding. And I asked him to put together a schedule for me on what it was going to take to complete this underground work. And the schedule he came back with was radically off. Now, this wasn't this person's fault. They tried their best, but fortunately, I knew enough about welding to know that this schedule was not going to make it. Instead of the estimate of 10 days to do this welding, it was going to take 20 to 30 days to do this welding. You don't have to be a welding expert. You don't have to be a welder. You just have to know enough to ask some questions. And if you can, find somebody who knows a lot about this stuff and ask for a double check. Finally, ensure that your project budget and schedule is properly accounting for what it's really going to take to do this work, especially the field work. Having an unrealistic schedule or an unrealistic budget for the work doesn't help anyone. Thanks, and good luck out there.